After being thrown out of the village named Koru for troubling everyone by picking pockets and lying, Madik wandered from place to place, and while passing through one of the villages named Sundar, he found a shelter in a temple at Sundar. People living there will come to the temple with food, sweets, and other offerings. The priest of the temple, who was very old and not in good health, would receive the offerings. Madik would broom the floor of the temple, speak to everyone nicely, and help people in performing puja and rituals at temple, but would later steal the offerings. People of the village believed Madik to be a nobleman. After a few years, the village was hit by an epidemic and people started falling ill. Priest also fell ill and asked Madik to look after the temple. Priest entrusted the responsibility of the temple to Madik and died. Next day, a lady came to Madik as her son. Mayan was not eating food for the past 2 days and was suffering from fever. Madik kept his hand on the child's head and said, "See if you will not eat food, I will also stop eating food." Listening to this, the child promised Madik that he would eat food. He ate the banana given by Madik and recovered in few hours. The mother of the child told villagers that when the new priest kept a hand on her son's head, he ate the food and recovered in a few hours. He is a god. People of the village started whispering that the new priest was sent by God. If the priest will not eat and fast for them, God will hear the priest and their village will be out of the epidemic. Villagers went to Madik. The lady said to Madik, "The entire village believes that Mayan recovered because the priest kept his hand on his head, and if you will not eat food, the village will be out of the epidemic." Madik was taken aback and said, "No, I said it so that the child eats food. It is not that if I will not eat, the village will be out of epidemic." But the entire village folded their hands and prayed to Madik that you are our last hope. Madik looked in confusion at them, then looked at the sky and took the old man amongst villagers inside the temple. Madik told old man that he is not any god. Instead, he confessed that he is a thief and was thrown from his native village. He said, "Please go and tell people that he cannot save them." An old man said, "I don't know what is your past, and all that villagers and I believe is you are sent by God and only you could save this village. Please save us." Madik was shaken. For the first time, someone had shown unwavering faith in him. He heard the voice of his soul. "Look at these villagers. They are looking at you with so much hope and trust. They believe that if you do not eat, the entire village will be relieved of suffering. If this hope can lend these villagers strength and they will recover, then don't take away this last ray of hope from their lives." After a while, an old man went outside and brought the news that the priest would not eat anything till the village is out of epidemic. After a day, the priest was hungry. He wanted to eat, but he looked at the people and felt that their realm of hope and trust had bound Madik to believe in their hope and trust. He prayed to God to take away his life but save the villagers. He did not eat and he believed in their belief. Madik fell ill after fasting for 12 days and people in the village started recovering. The old man brought the good news to Madik and asked him to eat as the villagers recovered, but he was near death. All villagers started praying for Madik's life and their hope and prayer did a miracle and Madik defeated death and lived the rest of his life working for people in the village. Friends, the lesson of this story is that when you find nothing is working, there is still something that helps, that is, your prayer, your hope, and your trust. Remember, hope and trust should not be hollow. It should be supported by truth. Never lose hope and trust in the existence of this nature, that there is something divine that helps you when you make efforts, and don't lose hope. Hope and trust transformed a thief into a god. Trust and hope have the power to transform negativity into positivity. It makes things possible. Your hope and trust connect you to the very existence of this nature, and it works in the direction that you want it to work. Even when you are in a hopeless situation, begin with whatever little hope you have. As written by an unknown author, 4 candles flicker softly in a room. The first whispers, "I bring peace, people don't know how to protect me," and it goes out. The second declares, "I am faith, people don't need me," and extinguishes. The third laments, I embody love, people don't appreciate me, before vanishing. Suddenly a small child enters, frightened by the growing darkness, and begins to cry. The fourth candle speaks, "Do not weep, I am hope. As long as I shine, you can relight the other candles through me." Never lose the last hope that can make a difference to your life.
Thank you for watching this video. If you liked this video, please share, like, and subscribe.